We're live. This is BattleCOM, Season 2, Episode 12, August 30th edition. You're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, or potentially even Twitter. This is BattleCOM. Say hello to everybody, BattleCommers.
Hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Give us a chat. Let us know where you are watching from. Let us introduce you to our panel. Well, let's actually start the show. We have the event code for those who want to be voting later, which should be all of you, is BC212. So that's Slido.com, BC212. And that is how you vote later. And here we are. We have Scott Carter,
Hello.
The bearded man, Jason Hatrick, with his hair slicked back, Don Zanklin, now with braids, and Jim Madrinos, all the way from New York City.
Hello.
These are our battlers for Season 2, Episode 12 of BattleCOM. And, let's not forget, this is right at the bottom. Why is she at the bottom? I don't know why she's at the bottom. She deserves to be higher up. There she is. That's Erica Tadeo.
Hi.
Our stage manager / co-host, my co-host. And I'm the other co-host, Paul Ash, here for BattleCOM. See that nice little jump? We got to thank... there we go. Oh, our battlefields. Are you ready to find out what our battlefields are? What we're going to be battling over today? These are not the actual battlefields. These are sort of a hint. We're good?
Yes.
All right. I'm just making
Hints,
sure not
please.
everybody was muted. All right. Worthy. Are they really, though? All right. We'll figure out what that means later. Yeah, but imagine if they did it like then. And the third battlefield is, it may be a nice place to visit, but do you really want to live there? So there it is, and I can see a number of people are tuning in right now. So we're going to start off our first rounds, name the mashup. So you have to name the show that this mashup character is from. And please remember, just let us know where you're watching from. Let us know. Say hello. We know that you're there. Give us likes, hit subscribe, all that wonderful stuff.
Yes.
The first name the mashup.
Oh my gosh.
Is that character from? What is that character from? So you can save that up and at the just before we do the final battle of this round, we'll ask you to be pumping in your answers for this character. We've got one comment already. Leslie Stotch saying Raccoon City. They were clicking on the wrong thing. So are we all set to find out what our first battlefield is? Erica, are you ready to click?
Oh, I click? Oh, yes, I am ready to click.
Okay. Our first battlefield is...
Oh, hang on. I lied. I was not ready to click. I am so sorry. All right.
Welcome to the organization that is BattleCOM.
Paul, say it again. Say is again.
What is our...
Hey everybody, it's Ryan Stick of the Ryan Stick Show and Yumi and YTV, and the number one battlefield question is, what non-Marvel character would be worthy to wield Moramir?
Mjolnir or Moramir or Mew Mew. It's been called Mew Mew in the film, so that's canon.
It's Mew Mew for me. That's what I'm going with.
So this is Battlefield 1. And our first battler is going to be Jason Hatrick with his choice of Mr. Rogers, facing off against Dawn Zanklin with her choice of Spawn. So Dawn, you get to go first, explaining why you think Spawn would be worthy to wield Mjolnir.
Well, Spawn is the ultimate anti-hero. I mean, he was a good guy before getting his powers, and he works for the ultimate toxic boss, but he's tall, he's messed up psychologically, kind of like my exes. That's fine, but what better way to prove that you're good than working for the very forces of hell itself? I mean, it's the boss battle, the ultimate boss battle. So that's why I think he's earned the right to carry Thor's hammer.
Boom, there's Dawn's positive round. Jason, Remember, for reminder for the battlers and for those voting, you're not voting for who's right. You're voting for who's most entertaining. They're being positive about their choice on this round. And we've learned from Fox News, it's not about being right. It's about being entertaining.
Fred Rogers, of course, is known to be a very open-hearted, kind, neighborly individual. But more importantly, his name is Rogers, which we've learned is important, right? Steve Rogers picks up the hammer at one point. Fred Rogers picks up the hammer at one point. So clearly, all Rogers can wield Mjolnir, which is great because then you have awesome scenes like Rogers from Rogers and Hammerstein conducting HMS Pinafore, adding thunder strikes instead of cannons, while Hammerstein stands on the side going, "But my name is Hammer. Why do you get the hammer? My name is Hammer. This is bullshit." Meanwhile, Gilbert and Sullivan are like, "No, this really is bullshit. We wrote HMS Pinafore, not Rogers and Hammerstein. Jesus Christ, Jason, learn how to Google some shit before you do your jokes." And I'm like, yes, it's an undeniable fact that Gilbert and Sullivan wrote HMS Pinafore. That is a fact, but facts aren't jokes. So
There we go. The first battle is out, and the voting is open. Go to slido.com, the event code BC212 to place your votes. Either vote for Jason's choice of Mr. Rogers or Don's choice of Spawn. Again, you're voting for who's most entertaining. It's not about being right. It's being entertaining. And I like how, a lot of people, there was a little hiccup. Wasn't there a little hiccup when people were going, what? Well, the Rogers and Hammerstein didn't do HMS.
I mean, I would like to say, as our resident BattleCOM historian, which is a title that I just gave myself, thank you. I do believe that this is the first time in BattleCOM history that anyone has ever referenced HMS Pinafore. So thanks, Jason, I guess.
may it not be the last.
As an old man with a faulty memory, I don't think it was the first.
Oh.
And Ruoshen is going Mew Mew. Yes, in the first or second Thor movie, it was Kat Dennings' character referred to the hammer as Mew Mew.
Meow Meow, actually.
Meow Meow?
I'm pretty sure she said Mew Mew.
See?
Anything that sounds like it came out of a cat, guys, I think you should trust my authority on this.
You can't be the resident BattleCOM historian and cat expert, Erica.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm the resident cat expert everywhere I go, though.
How many cats do you have, Erica?
Offices. Okay, fine. Okay, you know what? I forgot that Scott was here.
Not enough cats.
I got 3 of those bad boys. I'm the cat expert here. I'm sitting right beside some cat litter right now.
Oh.
Don't put your feet in it. We are going to count this one down. I think it's we're time for a short count.
All right, so from 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the countdown. Congratulations, Jason.
Aw, where's the beep?
I was trying a new thing. I'm not sure if it worked, but you know.
I don't mean to paint you into a box.
There we are. That means we're going to be going on to the negative round. Negative. So we get the performers are now going to be negative about the other performer's choice that they've only just heard. And again, it's a reminder it's about being entertaining, not necessarily being right. Dawn, you go first.
All right. First of all, I don't trust a guy who needs to change his shoes that often. I mean, what is Fred Rogers really trying to hide? Is he maybe trying not to track in mud from a crime scene? What kind of guy is that organized, really? And we don't know. You mentioned that there's a link between him, possibly, and the Steve Rogers who holds the shield. We don't know Fred Rogers' identity. Did he fall out of a multiverse? We can't trust the guy. And if we can't trust the guy, he's not fit to hold Mew Mew. That's it.
Jason, now your chance to be negative about Spawn. And Alan LeGros is saying, is it too early to vote, Dawn? Hi, guys. Voting is opening, just as Jason will be chatting.
If you're going to make this about trust, Dawn, then I think that's great. But you said yourself that Spawn works for the most toxic boss in the world and works for the forces of hell, and I don't trust the power of the hammer in the hands of a Republican.
Vote! Help me with a mouthful of water. Let's see your votes.
This is a good one. I do not envy anyone who has to vote, which is anyone who's watching right now. Get your votes in.
So, Alan, it's not too late now, or not too early now. You can get your vote in.
It is neither too late nor too early.
It
is the wizard of voting time.
It's the Gandalf of votes.
Jason has managed to foster an American, but there's only one American on the panel today, and yet we've already started with the Republican jokes. So,
but well timed.
All right, while you're doing that, everyone, don't forget you can send in some. Oh, Jason Webb is new and has no idea what's going on. All right, well, we are going to try to explain it to you. First things first, if you don't know what's going on, then you're already doing great at watching BattleCOM, because none of us do.
BattleCOM is the geek war of comedy game shows. We're taking two performers at a time. They get to punch each other in the face over jokes.
With jokes.
With jokes, sorry.
Not over jokes.
Sorry, with jokes. With jokes. Let me remember the patter. And then you decide who's the most entertaining. We're going to be covering some geeky thoughts. And Jason, this will be your chance Jason Webb, sorry. This will be your chance because there's a Jason on the panel. I don't want to confuse things any more than I already am. So you'll be listening to their votes and then listening to their arguments, joke arguments. And then you can vote by going to slido.com BC212. And when the vote becomes available, chance to vote comes available, then you can vote for the appropriate argument that you found most entertaining. And
also, feel free to keep commenting. If ever you want to give us your choice for whatever's going on in a battle, feel free to post it in the comments. We're glad you're here.
All right, I think we're going to get a countdown as we got Alan LeGros saying, I'm voting Dawn, but damn, Jason.
I'll take it.
Leslie Stotch saying, straight up, I would watch a show where comedians get punched over jokes. I think there's a video of that almost happening with Joe Rogan and Carlos Mencia.
I mean, all you have to do is really just spend enough time in a green room, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Or go to a Michael
the
Richards
short
show.
count.
Anyways, let's count down from 3, 2, 1, beep.
Beep. And so the winner of the negative round is Jason Hatrick, who actually wins the round. So, Jason, you have won the round. Congratulations, Dawn. Thank you very much. Jason will be facing off against the winner of the next pairing. Jason Webb saying, oh my God, I love it, but I'm actually sitting on my steps about to go out. Have a great time. I'll definitely follow up with cheers, and you can always watch it in replay. You just don't get the chance to vote. But hit like and make sure you subscribe so you know notified the next time that we will be going live.
For sure. Thanks for watching. Feel free to tune in if you come back from your walk and we're still here, because we might be.
We're trying to get it to 90 minutes. We're trying to get it to 90 minutes. So that was the first battle. And, let's go to present mode so we don't see the ugliness behind it all. And our next battlefield is going to start with Jim Madrinos with his choice of Forrest Gump, facing off against Scott Carter with his choice of Mrs. Doubtfire. So, Scott Carter, second to the screen, you are the first to battle.
Well, Mrs. Doubtfire bested the one true James Bond, Remington Steele himself, Pierce Brosnan, and he was married to the flying nun, Sally Field. Mrs. Doubtfire even had the superpower of making everyone look past Robin Williams's outrageously hairy knuckles. And that superpower, of course, is called Harvey Firestein.
Boom. Jim Madrinos, appreciating the difficulty of the competition, is your chance to be positive about your choice, Forrest Gump.
Look, Forrest Gump, you could say a lot about him. You could say that maybe he was a little too innocent towards Jenny. Maybe he was a little too naive. But the dude was nothing but pure love. If you could be that close to Nixon and not murder him, you have to be a good human being. You have to be the kind of person that can wield the hammer, and we know we can trust him with the hammer because all he's going to do is maybe use it to run a little bit faster. He has no malice at all. Maybe he's going to use it to whip up a storm and get some more shrimp, but that's it. He is just sweet and nice and loving. And really, wouldn't you want to hear him pronounce Mjolnir? I'm going to leave it right there.
Vote.
Vote. Let's see your votes. The voting is open.
Oh man, these have been, honestly, all of our debates have been really good so far, all three of them. I do not envy anyone who has to vote. So good luck. Vote. I'd say vote early, vote often, but we all know this is not possible.
Leslie wants to point out, Scott, your camera looks crooked, or is it the floor?
It's the floor.
Okay, I was thinking it might be perspective as well, just because it could be on an angle. Look at the votes coming in. We just saw a little change of the lead.
Oh, it's a tight race.
It's a tight race. It's a tight race. We know that Leslie is knowledgeable about cameras because she has gone to film school, something she's declared on BattleCOM rather loudly in the past. Yeah, nope, it's the floor. It's not perspective. All right, I should have trusted you, Leslie. I know your film school pedigree. And we are going to give this the long count.
All right, so ready from 5. Get your votes in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do I have to say it? Beep.
There we are.
Nice.
The beep is in. That one goes to Scott. I just realized I've not been keeping score for these rounds.
Don't worry, I have been.
Thank you, Erica. And it is now to move on to the negative round. Negative about who is the person that is best able, not a non-Marvel character, who's best able to wield Mjolnir. Jim, you go first on the negative round because you lost that round.
I'm sorry, but Mrs. Doubtfire, no. First of all, you're giving it to an imposter, somebody who's fraudulent, somebody whose entire intent was to deceive. It is a character just rooted deep in deception. Plus, do you remember what she did to that beautiful cake in the refrigerator in that Olympic scene? That, as somebody who clearly enjoys cake, I weep every time I see it. It's like watching a Holocaust movie. No, leave the cake alone.
Scott, your turn to be negative. Negative about Forrest Gump.
Well, so Mrs. Doubtfire was literally married to Forrest Gump's mom. My choice literally fucked your choice's mom.
Vote! Voting is open. Voting is open. Some comments that have come in. Am I the only one wondering what their child would look like? And if you would call it a Gump fire?
Please let me never think of that again.
I think actually the child could have been Forrest Gump.
God, that's a sexy kid. Sorry, that didn't sound right.
Peter Papadopoulos is saying, yes, you have to say beep. Countdown is not official unless it ends with beep.
Sigh.
And Jason and Katie JK, dude, did you really just compare a ruined cake to the Holocaust?
I did. I will stand by that.
And the votes have been coming in. They're not been on screen, but they have been coming in.
It was tough. It was tough. This could have gone either way. It could have been 100% votes either way, but can't say I'm surprised.
No.
Let's see the votes. Let's hear the countdown.
Sure. So from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing at that last round. I don't want it to end, but beep. Congratulations, Scott.
Sean Griffin is going, what's this I hear about Erica not beeping? Sean is joining us a little bit late.
Well, that's why I wasn't beeping, Sean, because you're not here. It's that whole tree falls in a forest thing. You weren't around to fall in the forest, so I didn't have to say beep.
And we are going to be moving on to the finalist round. Just as a reminder, let's throw up the picture again of the audience.
Fuel?
Name the mashup.
Oh, you mean this? The only thing I can imagine more horrifying than Forrest Gump and Mrs. Doubtfire having a baby?
That may be the baby.
I can understand why it drinks.
And Jason and Katie saying, I want to buy Erica one of those buttons where you can record words and then she can just record herself saying beep and then press the button.
You know what? Do that. Send me a whole bunch of those. I will soon come into, I guess, borrowed possession of a cat, and then I can just train her to press the button, and I won't have to do anything on this show. I'll just log into the computer, and the cat will do all the work.
And it has come down to, with the audience selection of Jason with his choice of Mr. Rogers versus Scott Carter and his choice of Mrs. Doubtfire. Jason, you get to go first on the positive round. Positive about your choice.
I think it's a really interesting experiment to give Mr. Rogers the hammer because they say power corrupts. And I wonder how long it takes before we all tune in to watch Mr. Rogers and he's just like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood because I control the weather. And if you don't, I'll start acting neighborly. I'll smite you with lightning and thunder. Won't you be kind? Or I'll hammer your spine.
Boom. We got Sean Griffin asking if Jason and Katie JK, do you have your own logo now? I think he saw it. Scott, you're positive about your choice, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, Mrs. Doubtfire, as a man, is a loose cannon. He's irresponsible. He can't keep a job. He doesn't punish his kids. He's a loser. But as a woman, she's pure, she's moral, structured, has a dump truck ass, is good at cook. And if that doesn't make her worthy, I don't know what will.
All right, get your votes in. The voting app is open. Go to slido.com. The event code is BC212. BC212.
All right, get those votes in, and don't forget to send us your horrifying suggestions for the nightmare fuel that was Barney. And also let us know which non-Marvel character you think would be worthy of holding or wielding Mew Mew wheels.
I would have enjoyed watching Forrest Gump play ping pong with Mjolnir instead of a ping pong battle. That could have been fun.
Sean Griffin is saying, can somebody please clip Erica's face during Jason's song? It's so good, I might actually vote for Jason.
Wow.
So far, this has been a very musical episode for Jason, and I don't know how to feel about that. Jason
True.
Manuel Miranda, welcome to BattleCOM.
It gets more musical later if I have to do
dang.
another joke on this round.
We do have a suggestion of somebody who should have or would be worthy of wielding it. It's Kermit the Frog.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cut it, print it.
No question.
There's
Everyone home
already a
wins.
frog. There's already a frog that holds the hammer, though.
That's true,
That is
Frog
wrong.
Thor.
It's Frog Thor,
Frog,
but that's
the
still
frog
Thor.
of thunder.
Yeah, but can Frog
Oh.
Thor also play the ukulele? Can he?
I do not know.
Or
Does
does
Does he
he
face
complain
off
about
against the
being
Loki
green?
crocodile?
And there is a precedent for frogs wielding Mew Mew. And we're looking at I think we are going to be looking at the countdown.
All right, so I'll do a short count from 3, 2, 1, beep. And that goes to Jason.
Jason, you have the first point in this round. Sorry, I'm trying to suppress a cough, but Leslie has mentioned the Rainbow Bridge connection.
Nice.
Yes.
Nailed it.
That's pretty
Nailed
good.
it.
There you go.
Well, Leslie's doing
so-
a fantastic job. I'm telling you guys, she wins this round. Like whoever actually wins this round, like congratulations, you're the puppet winner.
Scott will need to actually win this round to remain in it. It's the negative round where he gets to be negative about Mr. Rogers.
I'm not going to be negative about Mr. Rogers. I want to go back to you mentioning the HMS Pinafore instead of South Pacific, which is on theme with the HMS Pinafore and actually done by Rogers and Hammerstein. It's that kind of sloppy work I expect from a liar like Jason Hatrick, though. You know, Trick's right there in his last name. It's Jason Hatrick, and he's no hat treat, you know.
Boom! Shots fired. Jason Hatrick.
I mean, shots fired, yes, but shots fired by someone who just declared Pierce Brosnan the one true Bond? What the hell is the matter with you?
Have you seen
I
Tomorrow
don't
Never
even
Dies?
know where to start with that. I just want to, I don't know, throw you in a river somewhere or something.
Vote?
I tried to make a reference to a memorable moment with Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, and I couldn't think of one. I just couldn't.
You couldn't? Literally, entire movie happens and then gets ruined by Pierce Brosnan saying to his Bond girl, "I thought Christmas only came once a year." You couldn't think of that?
I meant memorable for good reasons.
I think we blocked that line out.
We blocked the whole movie out.
Yeah, there's that. Thank you, Daniel Craig.
Sigh. Well, anyway, we all know that the one true Bond is Idris Elba in my imagination. So I don't really know why we're discussing this. So let's
Hard to argue
move
with.
on.
Isn't he the one true Bloodshot?
Stuff can be two things.
True.
I mean, come on, that would be like saying that, Harrison Ford is the one true Indiana Jones, and that's it.
Remember when Idris Elba did that TV show where he was a DJ and I lost all respect for him?
But he's a DJ in real life.
Yeah, I know. I lost all respect for him because of that.
Okay,
right.
I think we're ready for the count.
All right, so from 3, 2, 1, it would be really funny if I said a dirty pun at the end of this, but I don't have one in me, guys. So beep.
That was the weakest beep of all. With that so beep, Scott has won in the negative round.
You know what that means?
And we had some good comments coming in saying, hey, GoldenEye is a classic video game magic. And Sean is saying GoldenEye is a fine Bond film. So we have moved on to a free-for-all round. Well, we've had a positive round. We've had a negative round. Free-for-all round is when it is the battler's choice to go positive, to go negative, or to do a roast attack upon their opponent, or just be entertaining. One of those four things is what they can be. First going is Jason Hatrick.
I like thinking about other Rogerses holding the hammer. Like, imagine the golden age of Hollywood, and Ginger Rogers is like, Fred Astaire, I swear to God, if you step on my foot one more time, I control the weather now. Singing is not the only thing you'll be doing in the rain. You'll be doing everything in the rain for the rest of the month. And then Gene Kelly is just like, dude, what the fuck? We just went over this with Rogers and Hammerstein and Gilbert and Sullivan. I did Singing in the Rain. It wasn't Fred Astaire. What the hell, man? And I'm like, yes, but do we know the long-term side effects of provably, objectively true facts?
Scott. By the way, Leslie's pointing out I once dated a DJ and Scott hasn't let it go.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that. She's just throwing me off here. That's her game. I think Leslie and Jason are in cahoots for this one. Anyways, I'm going to say that I really don't care about credentials at all to hold Mjolnir, but I think that anyone who whips a lime at the back of James Bond's head and then yells at or tells them that it must have been a run by fruiting is worthy of wielding any sort of magical hammer.
Vote. Get your votes in.
Can't argue with that.
Oh, wow. Mrs. Doubtfire has a point on the board already.
Also,
That just means
Jason,
Scott's figured out how to vote.
may I just point out, I like the many layers to your joke, because also it was Debbie Reynolds in Singing in the Rain, who, by the way, would be worthy to hold Mew Mew, in my opinion. Ginger Rogers was in, I don't know, that other movie.
I do want to point out the person
I
that
lost the
introduced
vote
Ginger
just now.
Rogers to Fred Astaire was Paul Ash.
The Paul Ash?
The
Yes,
Paul
I have
Ash.
been telling you guys for years that Paul is immortal like Keanu Reeves, and nobody believes me.
Actually, from Paul Ash and his orchestra.
You had an orchestra? Damn. There's a lot that I don't know about Paul. Did you
Leslie
work
has
with Gilbert
pointed
and
out
Sullivan?
Leslie has pointed out that not that Scott's jealous, he's just embarrassed by her choices. And Sean Griffin, I don't know the other movie. Oh yeah, that one.
Like all of the other movies. But anyways, if you know anything about old Hollywood, you know that Gene Kelly kind of treated Debbie Reynolds like crap on the set of that movie. So you know what? Anyone who wants to hold Mew Mew and, I don't know, strike him down with thunder for like being so mean to her that she hid under a piano and cried, I'm fine with that. Gene Kelly deserves it.
Yeah, the true star of that movie is Donald O'Connor anyways. He's magical.
See, basically just give Mew Mew to anyone but Gene Kelly is what I'm saying. Real hot takes on BattleCOM tonight, y'all.
Real hot takes. We are like hammering out the recent history.
That was a good one, Paul. Good one, Paul. The point is that not just anyone can wield a hammer like Mjolnir, right?
Oh!
The kind of person to be able to just like hoist a hammer like that. They're really heavy and you gotta be worthy and shit. So like, I don't know. I probably could have come up with a better joke.
I mean,
Is
look
your
at
middle name
Prop
Roger?
Comic over here.
Jason, it is so
Prop
cool that
comic.
you
At
were
least I
able to
wrote my own
do that at your
jokes.
house.
You just quoted Mrs. Doubtfire.
Damn right. And a genius wrote that movie. So
Let's get the countdown.
All right, so from 3, 2, 1, beep, I guess. That one. Scott comes in and ends up winning this entire battle. Congratulations to Scott and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Boom, good job.
We knew you could do it,
let's-
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Let's also, we want to point out, to go back to the mashup. Where'd it go? There it is.
There it is. All right.
I did see a comment come in. So far, there's only been the one comment from Peter Papadopoulos. It's mashup Barney and Friends Happy Hour.
That's excellent. And also, let's just choose that one because I don't ever want to have to see this image on my screen ever again.
Happy is not an adjective I would use anywhere to describe this image.
So if there's anyone else who has a choice, it has to come in very quickly because we are about to move on to our next mashup before we start our second round. So we want to give this a long count then, Erica?
Oh, you want me to? Okay, fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cartoon burp noise.
All right, Peter Papadopoulos, you with your comment of Barney and Friends Happy Hour, you win this audience name the mashup game. Our next mashup is this little piece of horror in front of all of you. So you can either name the
adorable.
movie or name the character.
I love it.
And it's now time for Battlefield number 2. Erica.
Oh, yes. Hang on. It's time for Battlefield 2, which is...
Hi, Battlers. Tim Rockcliffe coming to you from sunny Sauble Beach. I hope Erica, you, and Paul are all having a good night. Just want to let you know that your next battle is if you could take an actor in a role and move them into a different movie, which actor in which role would you move into a different movie? Have fun and have a great night.
He didn't quite state it correctly, but with the lightning in the background while he was standing on a beach, I didn't want to ask him to do it again. And I don't know if that was Mjolnir getting mad at us for calling it Mew Mew, but there was actual live lightning behind our superfan friend Tim Rockcliffe for giving out reading that choice. It is take one actor who has played multiple roles and have him play one role as he had played it as another role. So that is the Battlefield, badly explained, but I hope that makes it nice and clear. And our first pairing is going to be Scott Carter with his choice of Danny Zuko, as if Danny Zuko played Vincent Vega. Is that correct?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
it's interchangeable, really.
And you're facing off against Jason Hatrick. We're getting a bit of a repeat run. If Mel Gibson's William Wallace played the drunk Mel Gibson in that video where he was recorded by the cops using racial slurs. So, Scott, you get to go first with your round.
Okay, so Greece is set.
No,
in the
Jason
fifth-
goes first.
Oh, come on.
That's right. Sit down, Scott. I know you're already sitting down, but still. Yeah, I was trying to think of really funny things I could do about William Wallace in the video where Mel Gibson is arrested, and sometimes when I'm riffing jokes ahead of time, I'll bounce things off my wife, and she'll help me riff jokes. And for this one, she said, "You're on your own. I've never seen a Mel Gibson movie," and she never will.
Boom! That was
This is
that
embarrassing.
was a positive round. Positive, but your choice of John Travolta's.
I mean, I can just call this one in, I guess. But so Greece, set in the 50s, and the cast is entirely white. So I don't know this for sure, but I'm fairly certain if Danny Zuko was in Pulp Fiction, there would be a scene with Samuel L. Jackson involving the line, "What did you just call me?"
Vote.
Vote. Voting is open.
Get your votes in. By the way, Paul, was this category inspired by that that one excellent joke I made on one of my first BattleComs that I am still proud of to this day?
Yes, I will say yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot that your memory is sometimes spotty. I'm really proud of it, so we'll talk about it at the end of the round.
Okay, just so we don't step on anyone's jokes.
Yes.
I believe it was a suggested joke.
Ooh, even better.
So, seeing
Also,
the
I
votes
would like-
coming-
Voting for me.
So yeah, the votes are coming in really nice. Don't forget to vote. Get your votes in Slido.com, event code BC212, because it's season 2, episode 12 of BattleCOM, which has a B and a C in its name. That sounds like
those
an
of you-
insult.
There we go. Sean Griffin is saying, Erica, all of your jokes are excellent.
Aw, thank you, Sean. Can I hire you to be like my internal monologue? Because the one that I have right now is not doing a really good job.
Oh, you're doing an awesome job. Everybody, big round of applause for Erica for being awesome.
Aw, thanks, babe.
And she is going to give us a countdown now to end the first round of this battle.
All right, so from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, I guess. Beep.
And that is going to Scott. Scott has got the first point in this battle. And we now go with Jason first on the negative round, being negative about the Travolta switch up.
Being negative about 2 movies I haven't seen. How am I going to pull this one off? By reminding everyone that earlier in the show, Scott Carter said that he lost all respect for millionaire actor, Hollywood celebrity, and sexiest man alive, Idris Elba, which he said from his empty, furnitureless basement in the dark, alone, sitting next to cat litter.
Scott.
Well, William Wallace is really just the poor man's Mrs. Doubtfire. You know, they're both Scottish. That's about it.
All right, vote. Vote. Let's see your votes. The voting is open.
Oh, nope, this is what we want to see. Everybody, we want to see your votes coming in.
And Jason and Katie JK is saying, I frequently think Erica jokes are the funniest ones. Wow, boy, did you see that race out there neck and neck? And now Scott is in the lead again.
This is great. This is all very, very good. Katie, thank you for the compliment. I will look past you misspelling my name just because I appreciate you so much as a person. Also, please send me pictures of your pets. I feel like I haven't seen pictures of your cat in a long time.
And Alan Legros saying he's voting for Erica.
If you want to vote for Erica, just click the Jason button on Slido.
I mean, it's really easy to do that because Jason and I look so much alike.
It's the hair. And it's we got Chill W Cat. All right.
Chill with
Yes.
cat?
Okay.
It's Leslie's just talking about.
I think she's mentioning Chilliwick Rugs, our sponsor for the tonight's show. Very expensive outdoor rugs, Chilliwick.
And Jason and Katie is throwing JK is throwing autocorrect under the bus, saying it was autocorrected. I promise.
I will accept it as an excuse. Do I need to count down?
And Leslie saying it was an emoticon. It was an emoticon that just didn't come through. We should probably do the countdown.
All right. From 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep.
And that goes to Scott. Scott has won the first battle of round 2.
All right.
So he'll be facing off.
I'm sorry, before we move on to the next battle, since Jason is no longer in it, can I just ask, Jason, have you really never seen Grease?
I mean, I saw Grease and Pulp Fiction each one time a million years ago. Neither stood out to me as a particularly memorable movie.
Like, it's Grease.
Other than the part at the end of Grease where, like, the happy ending is all it takes for them to be together is for her to completely change everything about herself.
He changes himself too.
They fly
Come
away
on.
in the car for no reason at all. They just defy gravity and nobody explains it. How do you not love that?
Fantastic.
I do love that. That's why I watched The Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid.
He's probably a Grease 2 fan with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Or Welcome Back, Kotter fan.
Ah, Vinnie Barbarino. What a
I will,
joke.
I will tolerate all of the barbs thrown at me in the negative round. I will tolerate being called a liar publicly. I will tolerate my wife coming into the comments saying she thinks Erica's jokes are always the funniest. But I will not tolerate being accused of being a John Travolta fan. How dare you.
And
Leslie Stolch is saying it's the OG. She's all that defending Erica from Jason's attacks.
Just so you know, I made her watch He's All That yesterday, and it is fantastic.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
great.
Wait, you made her watch He's All That, and you're still mad that she used to date a DJ in the past, even
Damn
though
right.
you did that to her yesterday?
Yeah,
And it wasn't consenting. I just made her watch it.
Oh,
I mean,
all right.
honestly, give her a choice
Sean Griffin is
between
pointing
dating-
out that to
Yeah.
Jason, you need to read some of the Grease conspiracy theories. I think it's totally your jam, and it's time to move on to the next battlefield. Same battlefield, but the next 2 battlers on the positive round. Dawn Zanklin with her choice of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan. If put Conan as the Terminator in Terminator 2. It's almost the same pose. I just want to point out. And Jim Madrino's choice of Daniel Craig's James Bond playing as Stormtrooper FN 1824, which is actually a thing that happened.
Oh.
All right, so positive round. Jim goes first.
all right. So first of all, we had some comment earlier where somebody said that the best James Bond of all time was Pierce Brosnan, and I just this definitely speaks to that, as well as speaking to so many other things. Look, I know if you guys are like me, you're probably a huge Star Wars nerd. I have done everything. I used to have a Star Wars blankie. And I'm talking when I was in my 30s. I'm not proud of it, but it was something I did. And Star Wars, I was looking forward to the sequels because I lived through the prequels. And I'm thinking, finally, get it right for us. And then The Force Awakens comes out. And let's really be honest, like many other Star Wars fans, I just wanted Disney to get some artistic Viagra because that one was really limp, is all I'm saying. And then I learned that Daniel Craig, another lifelong Star Wars maniac, did this little walk-on role playing a stormtrooper that's being mind controlled, by Rey. And I thought, oh my God, how awesome would it be if he could be James Bond and break her out of there? There wouldn't have been 3 bad movies. He'd have killed the Emperor by the end of that episode. You know what I'm saying? And it would have not only would he kill the Emperor by the end of the episode, he'd have bedded Rey, and they all would have lived happily ever after. And that's why I think this is the ultimate replacement actor for the replacement role.
Don.
Well, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger needs to come back as Conan playing the Terminator, because forget using a gun. How much cooler would it be if you had the Terminator holding a sword, and then he could attack every bad guy that way? And then I think it would also be not only more sporting for Conan to be the Terminator, because he can, it would basically be like He-Man taking on more advanced tech. And who doesn't want to see a Terminator wearing that fur loincloth, And like the Tin Man, the Tin Man had the can of oil to kind of take care of his, rusty parts. I want to see Conan using that can of oil and like oiling up his like biceps and stuff. I'd pay and watch that movie again and again and again.
Vote.
Vote. Get the votes. We've got a lot of comments to get through. Some of it is based on the old things that were said earlier, such as Alan Garreau saying, Jason, you're saying you've got chills and they are multiplying. All right, Grease references. Jason and JK said, you said Star Wars blankie, but I heard crusty Star Wars slave Leia body pillow.
Do not judge me. Do not judge me.
I think the next comment is judgment, because it says Daniel Craig is an old man and Rey is a teen. It's not the 90s anymore.
It's always the 90s in James Bond world.
And Star Wars came out in the 70s. So,
Not the good ones.
What? All right, and the Terminator holding a sword, I think it's the plot of Terminator 2. That being said, fur loincloth Terminator is a thing I won't be able to stop laughing at. The votes were open, but we haven't had the screen up.
Can I just make a request, Paul? The next time that we are designing BattleCOM merch, can we design a fur loincloth Terminator t-shirt?
I'm not sure that we'd have the rights to it, but
I'm just putting that idea out there. If anyone would like to design it and then like license it to us to put on t-shirts.
Okay, we'll wait for the end of the round before Erica, you do the comment that you said in private chat.
Yes.
And Jason and Katie JK, I love when old white men try to gatekeep Star Wars, like real fans. It's so cute. It's a kid's show. Let's face it. Let's remember it always was and always will be a kid's show. And we're seeing the countdown coming in.
All right. So from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, I guess.
Beep. Dawn has got the points on that one. And Alan Legros saying Dawn wins because she is talking Terminator while about to destroy the Death Star with her background.
Multitasking.
Definitely multitasking. We are now going to move on to the negative round. Negative about each other's choice. Jim, you lost that round. That means you get to go first in this round.
So one of Dawn's arguments was she just wanted to see the modern technology guy coming out with a sword. Isn't that what Star Wars is all about? Isn't that the whole point of Star Wars? The lightsaber is a modern sword. So, her whole argument was that she wants to see Star Wars instead of Terminator. And here I'm saying this would be the best Star Wars ever. So, you know what? Vote for Dawn, because that's essentially saying you agree with me.
Well, I don't don't know if I can take seriously the argument of someone wearing a Mets jersey, but I'll try to give it the benefit of the doubt. But I don't think Daniel Craig would work in Star Wars. I mean, who wants to see a stormtrooper shoot and hit his target? I think people would be like, what kind of bullshit am I watching? They just walk right out, lose them instantly, and that's my argument.
Boom. There it is. Let's see your votes. Voting is opened. Jim is on the board already.
Oh, that'll fade quick. That'll fade really quick. There we go.
What happened?
This is anti-American bias is what this is. That's it. Pick on the American. I got it.
All right.
Don't worry. It's not all Americans we hate. It's just you know which ones.
I live in America. I hate all Americans.
That's a privilege
And that
Canadians
got me
don't
higher
have.
votes. See, I told you.
Yeah, more votes came in as soon as he said he hates all Americans.
I'd say you should keep saying things, but I'm worried that then eventually,
Hold on,
like,
I'm moving to Timmins.
The birthplace of Shania Twain?
That is the most famous spot on earth.
He's getting more and more votes. Jason and
There we
Katie
go.
JK say, I'm American and we deserve to be picked on.
right,
Dawn's
now-
virtual background looked like she's
There
in
we
half
go.
an X-Wing, half an RV.
Oh my God,
Basically
I
the
did.
ship from Spaceballs. Basically the ship from Spaceballs.
Oh, that's terrifying.
We best give this a long count, Erica.
This is volatile.
all right, 5, quick. Somebody say something about like butter tarts or Timbits. 4, 3, 2,
I love Vancouver.
1.
Baseball sucks.
Beep, 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 beep.
Beep. All right, that goes to Jim. Jim has won that round. He pulled it out by his offer to move to Timmins because Timmins needs more people. And that workbench, Jim, I got to say, that workbench background you have is
doing everything.
It looks like it belongs in Timmins.
I'm about to build Timmins behind me.
We are now going to move on to the free-for-all round. So you get the choice of being positive, using your pre-written jokes, negative, a little bit of improv, just be entertaining, or roast attack upon your opponent. Dawn, you get to go first.
I personally don't think that Daniel Craig needs to be a stormtrooper. His talent's wasted on that. I want to see him be the badass emperor. I mean, I would go to the dark side if Daniel Craig was the emperor. That's all I got to say about that.
And Jim.
I also got to admit, when you say you want to see the Arnold Schwarzenegger from Conan the Barbarian in the Terminator, you did. He's played one role his entire career. That's it. It is the same guy. You could literally take the line, "I'll be back," put it in any movie, and it's never changed. So he kind of did.
There we go. He has stated that Dawn has got her wish. Let's see your votes.
All right, keep voting, everyone. I know this is a tough one, but
That Timmins thing won't work a second time for me.
Oh,
Double straight out just came out at the same time. Jim is in the lead.
all right.
Watching the votes come in.
Once you are done voting, don't forget you can give us an idea for our mashup. And what was I going to say? So yeah, send in your ideas for the mashups. Also, once you're done voting, feel free to send us your ideas of you take one actor's role and put that character into another one of that actor's movies. And I don't know, we want to see what you come up with. So post it in the comments. Do all those YouTube things. Don't make me say it.
Hit like and subscribe. Hit like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Just the simple thing of hitting like does a lot of good for a small channel like this. So please, if you could do that, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yep. Subscribe to our
all
YouTube
joking
channel.
aside,
subscribe multiple times if you can. I'm sure there's a way to do that, right?
You have to have multiple YouTube accounts.
Well, if you have multiple YouTube accounts, you know what to do.
We've got some comments have come in for the mashup, and I think it's time for the long count. It is a close one.
All right. So last chance to get your votes in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, remember that episode of The Simpsons where Bart comes up with the "I didn't do it" song, and then everyone makes him say, "I didn't do it." Anyway, beep.
And that one has gone to Dawn. That means the round has gone to Dawn. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I want to point out that this is Jim's very first BattleCom.
Yeah, well done.
This is an awesome
Yay.
show.
And thank you. Thank you very much, Jim. And Sean is saying there, he did it for you, saying smash that bell.
Thank you, Sean. See, it's just as weird when anyone says the word smash, comment, it's all weird. I need you
Yeah,
to do
unless you
this.
say the
So-
Hulk before it. Hulk smash.
Okay, you know what? Don just invented something. I'm going to write that down. Smash.
Like and subscribe buttons have taken such a beating over the years. Everyone's smashing them left and right. Why don't you tenderly caress the like and subscribe buttons?
That's what we
Buy dinner.
they asked them to do on the Love Doctors channel. So
Oh, nice.
and we are all set for our final two battlers. It's Dawn has won that round. So it is going to be a face-off between Scott and Dawn. Scott, you get to go first on the positive round. Positive about your choice. Vincent Vega, played by Danny Zuko.
All right, so the way I imagine this is John Travolta plays as Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction until the Jack Rabbit Slims Twist contest, when Vincent Vega switches places with Danny Zuko from Greece, and Danny just embarrasses Uma Thurman by doing the hand jive instead of the twist, and then he probably smells her feet or something. I mean, it's still a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Dawn, you're positive as a Conan as the Terminator, not Red Conan.
All right. I'm just picturing it as Conan coming into the start of the movie. He's trying to he's trying to kill whoever he's going to kill. It's been a while since I've seen the very first Terminator, but he's going to get down on his knees after getting into the past, and he's going to say, "Wrong! I've never prayed to you before. Crush my enemies. See them driven before me, and hear the lamentation of the women, because I'll be back." That would be great. And loincloth. And scene.
Vote. Get your votes in. A couple comments have coming in. Maybe the buttons like to be smashed. Who are we to judge? Right? And don't go yucking anyone's yum. Sean Griffin is saying, I missed the Love Doctor. Living in America problems. Peter Papadopoulos saying...
that's the biggest one.
Oh.
Peter Papadopoulos saying, Don, good choice with Arnold, but I would have gone with Conan and swapped him in Junior.
I'd watch that. I would watch that.
Anytime to see
it the
Arnold
other way
oiled
around.
up, I guess.
Yeah, and in labor. That would be sweet.
And Sean Griffin saying, at Katie, it's a good point. This is a safe space. We're gonna have we have a lot when it comes time to go for that Thomas the Tank Engine TIE Fighter combo. There's going to be a lot of things to go over.
All right, are we ready for a countdown?
I think we are ready for our countdown.
All right, so from 5, get your votes in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, I guess. Congratulations, Scott.
Woo!
Scott has got the first point from the positive round, and we're now moving on to the negative round, which means, Dawn, you get to go first, being negative about John Travolta, Danny Zuko playing Vincent Vega.
Oh my goodness. I think if Danny Zuko walked into a scene being Vince Vega, I'd have a hard time telling them apart because, I mean, there's so much grease in both hairstyles. It looks like they need to be handed a big bottle of shampoo and told to start over because it's distracting. I mean, with all of that product dripping into their clothing, how can they be able to go about their, about the things they need to do? I mean, wouldn't that make it his hands too greasy to hold a gun? Vince Vega, no, I can't buy it. Not after a good solid shampoo and a hairstyle change.
Scott.
So remember in Conan where he gets taken as a child, and then he has to push that crank. He has to just crank it for ever, and he becomes jacked and gets all his muscles. Well, that's really relatable to me because I also gained all my muscles from cranking one out too.
Vote. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Alan Legros saying Conan and Kindergarten Cop. I want to thank everybody right now for not referencing the idea of having him switch faces, John Travolta in Face Off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was my other choice, just because I really wanted to see what Nick Cage would do with Danny Zuko. Like no one would be singing Summer Nights if it was just Olivia Newton-John being like, "Oh, summer love," and then fucking Danny Zuko just angrily screaming about a tryst he had.
That is excellent. Who can really follow up with that? Get your votes in, everyone. Don't forget to send us.
We're about ready for the long count.
All right. So from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A beep. Congratulations, Scott.
Woo!
Scott wins the thing.
Boom. Scott has won.
All right.
So Scott has won both rounds so far, both battlefields
Whoa.
so far today.
Not bad for moving.
Not bad for.
I'm also unemployed, so whatever.
When did you write your last exam, Scott? And Don, all this talk about greasing men up and Kylo Ren shirtless didn't get mentioned whatsoever.
Yeah. There's a reason for that. I kept watching the movie going, and
Really? I heard he has an 8-pack.
He had what?
I heard Kylo Ren has an 8-pack.
He's shredded.
He is an ex-U.S. Marine. He is a combat veteran. Yep.
I had no
That
idea.
is true. Paul didn't get the reference, but he is correct as far as that goes.
Wow.
Speaking of being correct about things, Jim, I hate to have to correct you, but the average height of a stormtrooper in Star Wars is about 5'11", and Daniel Craig is 5'10". So, according to Princess Leia, he's a little too short to be a stormtrooper.
But look how it worked out for Princess Leia in the first film.
Touche.
Yes. Also, I would just like to mention, because it was one of my most glorious BattleCOM moments, this concept got me to win one round against the one and only David Pride, because he was talking about what's that movie? Schindler's List. Schindler's List. And
That guy's I love David. God,
David Pride
so
is
much.
fantastic. I knew that he was just absolutely going to clobber me because it was like my second ever BattleCOM, and it's David Pride. You guys, no one ever beats David Pride. You just can't. He is the best at everything. Anyways, David Pride mentions Schindler's List, and I just happened to say something, which is, a thing that we used to talk about a lot at the video store I worked at when I was young, which is that Schindler's List would have been a much more interesting movie if it starred Liam Neeson as his character from Taken.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Anyways, that is how I won one battle against the one and only David Pride.
Sean Griffin is saying Erica is the nicest mansplainer I've ever seen.
Well, actually, to be a mansplainer, I would have to be a man, so.
Don't
She
bring
did it
the gender
again!
into this.
I don't know. You're a woe man.
Oh,
Whoa, man.
whoa.
Sean Griffin is saying, "Oh, I think I was at that BattleCom, and he was very excited to remember it." Sean Griffin, unless Prime droops Schindler's List at BattleCom more often than that it drops. I think drops. And Leslie Storch says that's just Munich.
Oh my god.
It's a great movie.
And
We're learning as Scott and Leslie watch every movie. They have seen everything.
Yes.
So this is Thomas the TIE Fighter, is what the picture is taken from. But what's the choices that have come in, Erica?
The choices that have come in are, Sean suggested, I can't come up with a title, but there's definitely an episode where Thomas the TIE Fighter questions his willingness to participate in a genocide on the island of Sodor. There was another one a little bit further up, which I love, Shining Time Death Star. And I think, did we have any others?
Oh, there was a few others, yeah.
There were a few others.
I love all the comments that have been coming in. Thank you, everyone. Keep them up.
Oh, yes, you are correct. Thomas the TIE Fighter and Shining Time Empire. And then Sean with the other OG, Thomas the TIE Fighter. But we knew that already.
I appreciate all the Thomas the TIE Fighters, but Thomas the Twin Ion Engine was right there.
That's what tie means.
Yeah.
All right. So does anyone have any favorites among our three choices? We've got Thomas the TIE Fighter and Shining Time Empire. We've also got, where was that one? Shining Time Death Star. And then we've got this one about genocide.
You need
And a last
Peter's-
minute entry as well.
And there's also one
Peter
that
has
has
a
just
late
come
entry.
in. Thomas the TIE Fighter flown by Darth Carlin.
Ooh. I like that one.
I almost picked that one for round two, actually. George Carlin in Shining Time Station as his character from 730 Words You Can't Say on TV.
All right. So let's get ready to move on. Have you chosen which is your favorite as a group, battlers?
Who likes which one?
I like the
Jim.
one that had Shining Time Empire.
Yes. Shining Time Empire, excellent choice.
I enjoy the genocide.
Please, no one
Phrase
ever
it,
clip
phrase
that
it.
and take it out of context because poor Scott is going to have a lot to answer to.
Are you kidding? I'm using that on every negative round from here until
I do not want to fuck with the Darth Carlin. Sean Griffin has stated.
I don't think anyone would.
Darth Carlin.
You know what? It seems to be a pretty split vote. So can I say that everybody wins?
Everybody wins. We're going to be moving on into our last battlefield for the evening, but let's take a little moment to go through all the performers to thank them and put their public media up. But first, I want to also thank BattleCom, or mention that BattleCom is powdered. It's powdered. Powdered. So you need to reconstitute at home. Pour a glass of water on your computer. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was a joke. BattleCom is powered by StreamYard. It's an easy streaming app. It's what I pay for so we can do these shows. And they're not paying me to do this, to say this, but I think it gives the power of production and the ability to broadcast your own shows, puts it right in your hand, in your home computer, even on your phone. So that's the thing. And Slido is the other app that I pay for that allows you to get your voices heard by doing the voting. So I want to thank both those apps for existing, for allowing me to put on this show and interact with these wonderful people. And if you want to donate to support the show, everything that comes in will be divided evenly among all the performers you're seeing on the screen. Just go to linktree.com, or sorry, linktree or linktr.ee/Paul Ash. The first option says buy me a drink. And that just connects to PayPal, so you can send money there, and it will be divided among all the performers that you will see, that you are seeing in the show now, and you get to find out about the other shows that are available. So we're ready for the next. No, we're not doing the next mashup yet. We're gonna get to know all of our battlers and how you can follow them in public media. So Scott Carter, who's looking at his keyboard very carefully, is at Everyday69 on Instagram.
Damn rights.
Scott Carter. And Scott, as he said, is unemployed currently, so he's living the dream. He's a Canadian professional comedian. Jason Hatrick is Jason and Katie JK on Twitch, which he shares with the and Katie part. So that's who's been commenting. He's not cheating in any way. Jason, what do you have coming up that you'd like to mention?
You can, in addition to finding me on BattleCOM every now and then, you can find me every Thursday night on a different Twitch channel playing Codenames Live. There's a lot of cross-pollination between the two audiences, but for those BattleCOM fans who haven't watched it yet, come over and check that out on Thursdays. And other than that, at the Twitch link that you just saw, Katie and I will eventually resume streaming on Wednesday nights. But life has been a little more adventurous than we generally like it to be lately, so we put that on hold for the time being. But it's coming back.
And Jim Mandrinos.
Yeah, Mandrinos in Exile on Instagram. That is the easiest way to find me.
And is there anything that you want to mention for people to find you?
If you're in and around the New York area, come on out. I perform in most of the clubs most nights of the week. And I did write a little book a long time ago. So if you're a comic and want to write some comedy, Complete Idiot's Guide to Comedy Writing. Thank you, Paul. And very proud of that one. And that's about it.
You're also an educator at the Gotham Writers Workshop.
Yep.
Which are they resuming? Is it only online classes currently? Or?
Only online. Yeah, because their teachers are too chicken to go live. And I say that as a teacher that is too chicken to go live.
Don Zanklin. Don Zanklin Comedy on Instagram. What do you have coming up?
Well, Wednesday I'm going to be checking in with Paul, Claudio, and Mike, and we do that every Wednesday at lunchtime, 12 noon Eastern time. So people can just drop in, comment, and have a chat.
It's just a hangout kind of safe space to play around and chat and keep everybody's spirits up. And anything else you have coming up?
Hopefully more live comedy soon. I did my first live show since the fall in Ottawa, and it was awesome. And I'm hooked, so I'm trying to get myself actively booked and back on that horse.
Boom. Thank you very much, Don. It's now time to move on to round 3. Let's start with the round 3 Name the Mashup. Here is the picture for the Name the Mashup. That was the one that we just did. Okay, the new Name the Mashup.
Oh, my
that's
heart.
from Senior Golden Spark .deviantart.com. And they do a bunch of these Pixar / superhero mashups. So pretty cool one. I liked it a lot. So that is the new mashup. And rest in peace, Ed Asner as well. So our next battlefield, are you ready to press play, Erica?
Am I ready to press play? Yes, I am. And here's the battlefield.
Hello, I'm Justin Shaw. I want to know, what video game world would you most like to live in?
So what video game world would you most like to live in? That's Justin Shaw, a fierce battler on his own who's been hitting the fringe circuit across the country fairly seriously. So if you get the chance to check him out, please do so. Our first 2 battlers coming to the screen, it's going to be Jim Madrinos with his choice of the world of Pac-Man, the arcade version of Pac-Man, facing off against Jason Hatrick with Jason's choice of BioShock. Jason, you get to go first in the positive round. Positive about your choice.
The world of BioShock is a great world to live in. If you're not familiar with the concept, all of the titans of industry of the time, think Elon Musk, think Jeff Bezos, all these rich, powerful people, make an underwater city at the bottom of the ocean. And it's Art Deco, and there's jazz music, and it's really cool, and it's vast seascapes, and most importantly, it's at the bottom of the ocean, and it contains all of the Jeff Bezoses and Elon Musk's, so the rest of us at the surface don't have to deal with them.
Jim Madrinos.
So, Pac-Man is basically the most true to life video game ever. You go around all day in a do-nothing job. You're just chasing after food. You got to get away from people that want to kill you. Every once in a while, you take a drug. You go a little bit crazy. You start chasing after other people. It's America. It is an allegory for America. I'm already living there, so now I want to live in the video version.
Vote. And Sean Griffin has mentioned, while that wasn't terrifying, hashtag Pikachu cheeks.
Justin Shaw, who shout out to Justin, had the funniest tweet the other day where he was announcing the anniversary of his getting engaged, and he said, "A year ago today, I asked my now fiance 2 questions. I asked her, 'Will you marry me?' And when she said yes, I asked, 'Are you sure?'" Fucking destroyed me. I thought it was the funniest tweet.
All right, Jim got on the board early, but Jason is got a vote. So, excuse me, as I choke to death. I have been tested for COVID. It is negative. I apologize for the coughing I've been doing during the show. Pray for me. No,
this is okay. This is how you build a comeback.
This is
There are only 4 votes checking in. There are lots more votes out there. They could all come Jason.
So go to slido.com. The event code is BC212 or 212.
There you go.
There we go. All right. Get those
That
votes.
wasn't even me.
Or was it?
As he's
I wasn't. I never vote for myself in the close ones. I only vote for myself to save me the embarrassment of a shutout.
Aw.
I won't interfere with democracy, but I will try to sleep tonight.
You will interfere for your ego. At least your public face, because you still know it's only you. Oh, this is gotten
tight.
All right.
There you go.
See, this is why it's important to vote, everyone. This and also, politics.
Yeah, politics too, please. All right, I think we're going to have to do the long count. It's coming down to the wire. There's some people who still haven't voted.
All
Let's
right.
Get your chance. Get those votes in.
Please vote. You know how tired I am of saying beep. Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's still tied. Beep.
There we are. No points have been awarded for the first round. There are no points out there for the first round. That means we are moving on to the second round. Jim, you get to go first on... No, Jim went first last time, right? So, Jason, you go first on the negative round. Negative about Jim's choice. Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think he hit the nail on the head. The world of Pac-Man kind of is modern-day America in that all everybody does is going around constantly eating everything they can possibly find until they eat the magical thing that gives them superpowers. How's that working out for you so far?
And I don't want to be negative on politics. It's a fun game, but again, you're just all the rich people underwater, and nobody's blown a hole in that thing and killed them. The 1%ers are all underwater, and nobody's killed them. It's a bogus game. I'm calling bogus.
There we go. Vote.
Oh.
Let's get the votes. The voting is open.
Oh, if voting is open, there's that vote screen. Come on, we want to see those things. Also, obviously, feel free to post in the comments if you know which video game you would like to live in. Oh, did you guys see those bars do the thing?
If it just keeps tying over and over again, do we just keep going forever?
Yes, we never stop.
This is now the me and Jim show.
You know what? Let's do that, because the alternative is that I would have to make a decision, and we all know how that's going to go. We would be here just as long if I had to make a decision, as if it just became the Jason and Jim show. And we know which one would be more entertaining.
But unfortunately, I'm American, so it just scream fraudulent vote and try and take over. That's pretty much what we do down on this side of the border.
I mean, I feel like then that would redeem you, in the eyes of your fellow Americans after you said that you wanted to move to Timmins, Ontario. So, it would just kind of balance things out.
So comments are coming in. Erica, the fans like the beep. Dance Monkey dance, but only just kidding. You do you. Sean backed off on that one very quickly. Leslie saying, did Erica just ask to see everyone's thing?
Absolutely, I did.
In a loincloth.
Scandalous.
I'm pretty sure she meant cats or dogs.
I always mean
Very
pets.
on brand for her.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Right.
these votes are so close because they look at Jim and then they look at me and they're like, which thin gray beard was which again? Who said what?
That's why you have the names underneath you, J.
It's the one with the J name, right?
Let's see. Let's have the countdown, Erica.
All right, so from 5, 4, you can tell the difference because one of them calls it pastrami and the other one calls it smoked meat. 3, 2, Jason's going to remind me that he doesn't eat beef. 1, beep.
That
And
one
that
goes
Oh, sorry, go
to
ahead.
Jim. Jim has scored the first point in that round. We are going into a free-for-all round. And Jason, you get to go first in the free-for-all round, so you get the choice of being positive, negative, just be entertaining, or roast attack upon your opponent.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Jim for joining us from his survivalist bunker. I know it's not easy to get the internet down there, but we appreciate the effort. Second of all, I'm glad that we got to plug your book earlier, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Writing Comedy. I never read it because I'm not a complete idiot. But good job.
Oh, you went with roast, Jim.
I do gotta say the definition of roast is different in Canada. That was like the most polite roast I have ever heard. That was just like, he wrote a book. I haven't read it, but he wrote a book. Nothing really mean, nothing really like really in America, we don't stop roasting until the other person is weeping. And we just wow. I'm actually I just want to hug you and give you soup, Jason. I just want to hug you and give you soup.
As long as there's no beef in the soup. There you go, Erica. That one was for you.
Vote. No talking after your shot. The vote is open and up. Jason's got the first point on the board. The Canadian viewers are going for the politeness.
Ooh,
But that did not last long.
those are coming in hot. Not unlike some pastrami and or smoked meat.
Sean Griffin wants to point out pastrami and smoked meat are not the same. Spoken as someone who can't get smoked meat here.
So then I'm sorry, should I have gone with like bagel shapes? I'm not really.
Well, it's the Montreal bagel. They have honey in the water when they boil the bread. And that is the difference between the Montreal bagels and the New York style bagels.
Paul, say bagel again.
No, my nose is stuffed. Boggles. No.
Anyways, regardless of whether you're from New York or Montreal, I think we can all agree that Toronto bagels are trash.
And Chicago pizza is superior. Let's.
No.
It's basically just a lasagna inside of bread.
Oh, yes.
No.
You say that like that's not a great idea.
It's a great idea. Just don't call it a pizza.
No.
Sean Griffin is saying, Erica, you want to read this one? Just saving the sanity of those out there.
Bagels are a complicated subject in this household. I mean, okay, fine. Let's just, Toronto bagels are trash. LA bagels are also extremely weird. If anyone has been to LA and not eaten a bagel, then you did LA correctly. LA bagels are very, very weird. Not a culinary experience I would recommend if you're going to LA. There is so much other food that you can eat. Anyway.
All right, Erica,
I
can
think
you
I,
read
ju-
these
I think I know what
comments?
just happened.
Leslie's just asking why you keep saying bagel. And it's true, we were talking about them, but you said it multiple times.
It's interesting. The vote split went from 50-50 to 63-38, but the vote count didn't change. And I think I know what happened. Sean Griffin voted for me and couldn't stand it and changed his vote.
I mean,
Emily
listen, I'm
is
not
saying-
going to get mad at him.
Emily is saying, I think Sean just ordered 6 dozen to be shipped here. And also,
Yo, if you
Chicago
got space
pizza
in your
is the
freezer, why
best,
not?
but all pizza is still good.
Yeah, I concur.
No, Chicago's got nothing on Detroit-style deep dish pizza. It's so much better.
That's soup.
You guys, is this where, because Paul has not mentioned it yet, is this where I remind you guys that my dad literally moved here from Italy like 40 years ago, so I know where the best pizza comes from?
Where?
Yeah, and it's Detroit.
Literally Italy, you guys, Naples, like an hour away from where my dad grew up.
Have any of you had
They have
pizza
is
in
just a
Timmins?
lamajun, basically. They stole it from the Armenians. Let's. All right, all pizza is good except if there's pineapple on it. Oh, we're not starting that debate again.
Oh no,
Fuck you, Peter.
Let's not get into that.
Jason, get out of my head. Leslie saying true story. Montreal expats have made Toronto. Those ones edible. Join us, Erica. Join us.
We're waiting for it.
Let's get the count on.
All right, so from 3, 2, 1, bagel.
And
All right, congratulations, Jim. That is 2 rounds for Jim.
that is Jim will be going on to face the winner of the next set of battles that we have. And we'll be starting out with finding out who our battlers are right now. Well, we kind of know who they are because they've been here all.
Process of elimination.
Process of elimination. It's going to be Scott Carter with his choice of Echo the Dolphin. Great old Sega game. With Dawn Zenklin and her choice of Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Or Saga. Are you going to just really kick on my pronunciation right now?
Pronounced bagel.
Dawn,
Say
you get
bagel
to go
again.
first. As you came to the screen second.
Okay. Well, I don't know how many of you saw the Lego movie, but if we learned anything about the world of Lego is that everything is awesome. So if everything is awesome, why wouldn't we want to live in a world that is awesome? And the only thing I can think of that's even more awesome than living in an awesome world is if I can destroy the Sith Emperor and bring balance back to the Force. Can use a shiny sword, take them down, and then, build them back brick by brick and do it again. So I'm in.
It's violent. It's a
Scott.
violent side of Dawn.
I'm a small bit aggressive.
Okay, so I chose Echo the Dolphin because I remember it being a sweet game and the fact that I am loaded in dolphin facts. Unfortunately, all those dolphin facts are about how they have weird penises and that they're known to rape humans, which has led them to be known as the movie producers of the sea, though. So,
Vote. Vote.
There is a problem with the vote. Let me just see if
Oh.
I can fix it.
All right, so just think of who you want to vote for, and we will tell you when to vote.
Does nobody want to point out that the last round added up to 101%? I don't know much about percentages.
So
Jim,
we
thank
agree
you
that
for
the
noticing
last vote
that.
was
I would
bullshit.
like to remind you guys that part of my contract with Paul is that I don't have to do math because this is supposed to be fun for me.
There is a lot to the voting things. Slido does make it easy, but it's still not easier. Still not easy.
All right,
There we
well,
go.
Paul
Voting is
doing
open.
that.
Vote.
Voting is open, but you can also like and subscribe. Please do that because right now I'm covering Jason's face. So I'm just going to remove that. Jason's face isn't there anymore. But anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe to all of our socials. Follow us on YouTube. Feel free to like and share our posts. Tell your friends about us. And also, have you voted yet? Vote.
It's any consolation, Erica. I didn't feel a thing.
I mean, great. That's what she said.
Emily is wondering what's the delivery time on that pizza, Erica?
It's unfortunately they don't do delivery. It's only pickup. So like you can, I mean, if you want, you can call ahead by like however long it's going to take you to fly from Antarctica.
I don't
To
know how
Italy?
popular this is going to be, but I'm trying to think of something that is originally Italian.
Me.
Is there anything that's originally Italian? Because pizza is really not Italian. It's the Armenian lamajun. Right?
Gelato?
Like Italians only got tomatoes after the New World was discovered.
How dare you?
Right? Democracy? No, that was Greek. Actually, most of their gods are just reskinned Greek gods. construction of monuments. They stole that from the Egyptians. It's the roads. The roads are Italian, but I think that might have just been because they were, they were something originally Italian. Corruption in the building industry.
Pasta is also Chinese, so
Ancient
Pasta's
Egypt.
Chinese.
Corruption. Lots of
Aqueducts?
corruption in the building.
Guilt.
Guilt.
was
The
Caribbean.
Jews had guilt
Yeah.
way before Italians.
Are you
And
sure?
Caribbean
Show me your
moms.
work.
Yeah.
Alfredo sauce.
No, that was the Americans. How dare you, Jim?
We need to blame that on another country.
I'm pretty sure that no other country, Don mentioned moms, no other country mentioned older female relatives screaming at you to wear a jacket when you go outside, even if it's 40 degrees outside. They don't care how hot it is.
that's
No, they got that from the Greeks. I can tell you that for sure.
Oh, all right. Talking
Jim
with
is
your
first generation American, Greek American. Leslie is saying, talking with your hands. That's Italian. I'm not sure
And
if the
Caribbean.
French might have had it first. So, Sean Griffin, he wants to play a facts aren't jokes on Paul.
Thank
That
you,
is my
Sean.
life. Yeah, he agrees with me entirely that the Italians are unoriginal.
Actually, no. Paul, you bring up a great point. You know what the Italians did invent? Cultural appropriation. You're welcome, world.
There we are.
I'm just saying, there are a lot of very offensive people that owe us a debt of gratitude. So,
They also
Leslie is
invented
saying,
pretending Brazil isn't better at soccer.
excuse you?
Yeah, you heard me.
remember
Listen,
when
how
Roberto
dare you bring
DiMaggio
up
hit the
Brazil?
crossbar in
Why
the
would you bring up
94?
1994? Why? Why? It has been almost 2 entire decades, and I am still mad at that.
all right, we've got some more comments to go to, but I think it's time to do the short count.
that
Leslie
I'm
is saying,
mad.
shame on you. I'm not sure if I'm the you there. Jason Katie JK saying Alfredo sauce is distinctly American. And whoa, hello.
You're the one who clicked on it. He probably thought it said Jaws. We were,
Yeah.
we were just talking
My
about
eyesight
shark
is-
movies, right? Pivoting the conversation. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, beep.
Beep. Scott has got the first point there. That means Don's going to be going first in the next round.
The negative.
Don, you get to be first on the negative round. Negative about
Wow.
Echo the Dolphin as the world to live in.
Wow. I think a world where dolphins are central in them is not a world I think I'd want to live in, especially with all of that weird shaped penis energy happening. And especially, I don't know about you guys, but I like to have my dolphin with a side of tuna, and I heard no mention of tuna, so I cannot endorse that.
Boom. Throwing the hits. Scott.
So what was your top again? I totally forgot.
Sorry, it's Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Oh right,
The
it's a
saga.
game just that I adore. It's literally the only thing I can play high because there's no stakes, nothing matters. It's just all fun and games. It's kind of like BattleCOM.
Hey, there we go. Let's get your votes in.
Vote.
Comments that have come in. Very greasy hair is quite Italian. Hashtag Danny Zuko.
Thanks,
circle.
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter, I would like to remind you that you're a Greek, and that's
Yeah.
basically the same thing.
Yeah, that sounds like
No,
xenophobia.
you take that out of your mouth right now.
Oh no, it's okay. I know Peter, so we're allowed to make fun of each
Yeah,
other.
but Jim Madrinos is also Greek.
Very
and,
Greek.
yeah, well,
Jason and Katie
Yeah.
JK is going, what? Leslie Stoach, what?
we're not going to.
And Leslie's pointing out that there was a cat that walked behind Scott, which may be why he's in the lead in this round.
Can that be like one of the laws of BattleCOM? Like, if a cat walks behind you on screen, you automatically win the round.
Oh, what if I bring guppies up behind me? With that guppies, adorable
Guppies can't survive in space. Don't throw them out of the X-wing. Just
Oh damn!
We're going to say no on that, Don, but I appreciate the suggestion.
I was willing to experiment with the guppies.
That
I might be a
so
Sith.
inhumane.
Don's
think I might
putting
be
on the
a Sith.
white lab coat at this moment. Let me experiment on guppies. I'll get you and your Doggy too. Ha ha ha.
Join the dark side.
All right, Jason and Katie JK. Erica said mom's yelling at you to wear a jacket was Italian. My mouth is too dry to properly.
If you can show me historical proof that we didn't invent that, I will accept it. But without proof, that comes
That
from
was
my
invented by moms, not Italians.
Oh, you haven't been to Italy, Jason, have you? My aunt
Dear God, why would I?
Because you're a human who likes food.
It's a pretty cool place to go to. I like
It's a pretty
Italy.
cool place, Jason. For such a small country, it literally has everything. If
had-
you want to keep insulting Italy, then I will insult. I don't
It
remember
literally-
where you're from, like Greenfield Park, I guess. I don't know.
I've never
like-
been to Greenfield Park.
Damn, Jason,
Italy
those
does-
like
I don't wanna
suburbs of
shit on
Ottawa. You know, like
I only do it to poke fun of Italians. I actually would love to go to Italy one day. They do have everything except as many World Cups as Brazil.
all right, Jason. Well, you know what? Why don't you go to Brazil instead? Good luck understanding Brazilian Portuguese. You're
Well,
welcome.
Brazil
I
obviously
have
doesn't
exactly
have
as much chance.
Brazil
as I do.
clearly doesn't have Silvio Berlusconi, who's a hero of Jason's, I hear.
Ooh, shots fired.
I'm-
Vote.
As Nastasha's saying, it's the
Googling who
quintessential
that is
Bubby
right
Wars
now.
fodder.
That's true. That is
And
very
I think
true.
we should have the countdown.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, beep.
Beep. There it is. That is the round is going to Scott. Scott is there. We are now. Let's.
All right, so that is going to be Jim versus Scott in the finals. Oh, Paul, I actually don't have the graphic on my side for our latest Name the Mashup. When you have a minute, can you please re-pull it up? Because I think the only thing I'd be able to replay is Justin Shaw's terrifying Pikachu video. And I don't know if anyone wants to watch that again.
All right. So that is the mashup from the Name the Mashup. Jim, you won the first point on that battlefield. That means you go first on the positive round for this mashup. So your choice of Pac-Man versus Scott's choice of Echo the Dolphin. So you're positive about your choice at this point.
Pac-Man is the most progressive video game of all time. It started with Pac-Man, then there was Mrs. Pac-Man, then Baby Pac-Man. There's a baby Pac-Man. They're just little balls of light and they're procreating. This is teaching our children valuable lessons. It is teaching our children to do things and go forth and be in this world and families coming together to enjoy the gluttony and consumerism that this game is an allegory for. It is miraculous. It is beautiful. It is actually, it makes me weep whenever I think about Pac-Man.
All right, Scott.
Hi there. I'm going to do this joke as my cat.
I just thought his beard was longer.
Pretty close. So there was a study once where a scientist gave LSD to a dolphin, and it showed that dolphins really don't react to LSD. And that, my friends, was funded by NASA in the middle of the space race. And that's how we got a man on the moon. Thanks, Sean Griffin.
Vote.
Vote. Let's see your votes. The voting is open.
All right.
And the only error with the Slido app earlier was actually human error. It was my fault. I opened up the wrong window before.
That's okay, Paul. No one will fault you for opening a window. I mean, it's the least you can do, right? You invented BattleCOM, so. But if you mess up one more window, you're going to be in trouble.
Leslie Sauce is talking about Bubby Wars, the game we used to play with our Bubby, where we cousins would point out how cold or hungry each other looked in order to prompt a Bubby, let me get you a jacket, snack, etc. It's
Diabolical.
guilt bingo. Jason and Katie JK has managed to point out and notice that there was a cat. That
There was a
wasn't that Scott's beard had grown eyes.
You can't just say Katie. We know it's not. I'm here. So it's the other one.
Jason, I'm just saying that I have only very rarely seen you and Katie in the same place. So it might be a Mrs. Doubtfire situation. We don't know.
Damn right.
You might just be that good at wigs and makeup. Like, you're probably not, but you might be.
Do you know Harvey Firestein?
I do not.
Well, you're really
You've missed
missing
your
out.
chance.
Yeah.
But I'm also not afraid to throw fruit at Pierce Brosnan because he is not James Bond.
All right, Sean Griffin is saying I can neither confirm nor deny, and I wish I could remember what that comment was in reference to.
A comment about dolphins taking illicit drugs.
Ah, yes.
Ah.
I called a person out
Katie's
that
saying-
I know worked at NASA.
Used to work. He no longer works at NASA.
Yeah, and that's a real shame for the world.
It is. And Katie's saying, I only wish I had a beard like Jason's.
No comment.
And I think we're ready for the countdown.
All right, so if you haven't voted,
There's a
now
joke
is
to be
your
made
chance.
about how
Jason wishes he had a beard like Katie.
3.
no, it's just funny hearing that comment coming from my beard. Was the joke.
See, I didn't need to make the comment. I knew someone would. 2, 1. Beep.
Beep. That one is going to Scott. So Scott has the first point on the board. This means, Jim, you get to go first on the negative round. A negative about Echo the Dolphin as the video game world you want to live in.
I'm just going to make 2 points about this and only 2 points about this. Point number 1, if you give a dolphin LSD, you know what you get? Pac-Man. You get colors and flashing lights. That's what you get. He's arguing for my game. Now, point number 2, I've only been in this BattleCOM world for about an hour and 45 minutes or so right now. And what I'm telling is Scott is clearly the fan favorite. But if I win, if he wins, it's the end of the game. So what needs to happen is I need to win this round. You need to vote for me so that there is a third round and you get more Scott. Because if you vote for Scott, you lose because you get less Scott. Nah. All right, I'm done.
And I'm going to full-on wrestling heel this because I remember Jim saying that Canadians don't stop roasting, Americans don't stop roasting until somebody's weeping. And I'd say, by the looks of you, you don't stop roasting.
Vote.
Vote.
I'm sorry. I'm so
get-
sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry. I just met you. You
That's
seem
the
like a
Canadian
delightful
coming out.
human being.
That is the Canadian coming right now.
Sean Griffin is saying, thanks for pointing it out, Paul. Sheesh. Katie's going, to be fair, Sean, we haven't really seen anyone during the pandemic you mentioned. We might want to mention to Jim, Jason, do you want to mention the whirlwind romance that you and Katie went through? And Sean's saying the favorite is Darren Henwood, but Scott's a close third.
Oh,
Jason, do you want to explain the entire Jason and Katie JK?
Oh, yeah. We met and got married.
aw.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Did you want the longer version?
Yeah, little bit of the longer version before we start the short count, but
Yeah, we met online a few months before the pandemic, and then traveled back and forth to see each other. Had a magical weekend in New York City somewhere in January, and then I was traveling in March, and when I got back from that trip in Florida, we were supposed to meet in Florida and go to Disney World and go to Galaxy's Edge together. I was disconnected from the world on a cruise ship when the world fell apart because it was a nerd cruise. So all the nerds got on a boat, sailed away from civilization, and without our close supervision, you all dropped the ball immediately. And then when I came back and there was no world, she said, "You're not going to Orlando. Disney World is closed. Do you want to come here or do you want to go home?" And I said, "All right, I'll go to you, and then we'll figure it out from there." So I went to her place in Maryland and then stayed there for 6 months. Got married online in matching Star Wars onesies, and then I took her up here. So I basically married an American and took her to Canada because I've always been a big believer in rescues. And that's basically how we wound up moving in together 3 months after meeting, and then getting married 6 months after meeting, and are now just past a couple months past our 1 year anniversary, and going
They
strong.
made it.
Yay!
All right, and let's get a short count in there.
All right, so 3, 2, 1. This one's just for Jason and Katie for your wedding anniversary. Beep.
There it is. We get the beep. Leslie, as I mentioned, Jason and Katie, JK. And thank you. We're pretty cute. That's Katie. With all of her modesty, she's become Canadian, but she still has some American tendencies. There
Okay,
is.
we will beat those out of her.
We are now
We will
moving
not.
on.
With Timbit.
I'm not. Definitely not. We are going to now move on to the free-for-all round, because Jim has tied it up with his begging and pleading to let people see more Scott. Scott, you go first on the free-for-all round. So positive, negative, just be entertaining, or a roast attack upon your opponent, as there's a cattail right by the stairs.
So since my roast was so unpopular, I'll actually talk about Echo the Dolphin for once. So the plot of Echo the Dolphin is that every 500 years, an alien race creates a vortex that sucks up most of the marine life and takes it into their planet so they can eat it. And I think that would just be great to have an alien race that we could blame all our problems on. But sadly, I don't vote liberal or conservative. Oh, it just got political. I'm so sorry. Down with Mulrooney.
So if I'm understanding this right, the entire video game is basically a takeout menu. It's a whole bunch of space aliens going to Red Lobster. Your video game is Red Lobster. That's what it is. Just a whole lot of people going, I want a little dolphin for dinner. Wow. You know what? This is good. We're just gonna keep going. Outback Steakhouse. That's the next video game. We're just gonna make them all video games.
Vote.
I mean, Echo would be better with some Cheddar Bay
Scott.
biscuits.
Yes.
Scott.
Pac-Man is the Cheddar Bay biscuit.
There we are. Wow.
Pac-Man will eat
I don't know
anything
if
at that restaurant.
I don't know if we should do BattleCOM with everyone hungry again.
Yeah.
But let's face it, all video games are better with a garlic butter sauce. Let's get your votes in. If to vote, go to slido.com. The event code is BC212. You're voting for Jim, his choice of Pac-Man being the best world to live in, and Scott with his choice of Echo the Dolphin, that being the video game world to live in. And Katie saying, Erica just topped both of our anniversary presents with that beep. Sean Griffin saying that success story is making me look bad after dating Emily Slater, also an American, for 2 years.
You're just taking a different, more scientific approach.
And Leslie saying, dude, why do so many comedians think dolphins are good eating?
They're
the
smarter
bottleneck.
than us.
It's the other white meat.
They have better press agents than porpoises.
Yeah.
I thought Scott Carter was the other white meat.
No, he's the other white meat.
Oh, okay.
That's the long pig.
Okay, no, I thought it was like Sean Stenhouse is the white meat, and then Brad McDonald is the other white meat, and then Scott is the other white
Those
meat.
are white breads. White breads.
I actually met those two other guys on whitemeat.com.
But that's MEE. It's a different kind of meat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Listen, they are all delicious. Recommend all of them with like a spicy mayo, on a club roll. Sure, delicious.
Sean
That's
Griffin
great. I
is
don't know what I'm
saying
saying anymore.
Sean Griffin is saying because they are, and Leslie saying he is very white once you get under the hair. And we are going on now. I think it is time for the countdown. The votes
All right.
are in.
Last countdown of the game, so I hope you voted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep.
Beep. That round goes to Jim.
Yes.
Jim, in his very first BattleCOM,
Congratulations,
has won.
Jim.
around.
Scott got robbed, by the way. Scott got robbed.
Yeah,
Peter
with only winning
Papadopoulos.
2 whole rounds.
Peter Papadopoulos is saying, all this talk about white meat is making me hungry.
I mean, who isn't hungry right now? It's 9:49 on a Monday night. This is exactly when everyone should be firing up their grills.
I'm
I
getting
unfortunately do not have a grill, so.
Pizza? No bagels?
No, I got pizza, and it got pineapple on it.
Don, say
Oh,
bagel again?
No!
Oh,
No, I do bagels usually.
By the way, Jim, if you didn't know, it was a Greek Canadian invented pineapple on pizza.
Sometimes we commit atrocities too. Our two cultures got together to commit the major atrocity. That is pineapple on pizza. Yes, I compared a cake smashing to the Holocaust, and I called pineapple on pizza a major atrocity. Yes, I did both those things.
No apologies.
I will
No
own
apologies. Peter Papadopoulos saying, "Oh, mashup, The Dark Knight Rises Up. That's the best that they can come up with.
I
The
like
Dark
it. I
Knight
think
Rises
that's
Up.
the
That's for
only
the
title
mashup.
we got so far, which, by the way, I have it now.
You
This
have
is
it
our
now.
mashup that we were talking about. The Dark Knight Rises Up. I like it.
Okay. And Leslie's saying he's disgusting, and I think she's referring to Scott,
Oh.
her life partner.
Why the Dark Knight? He's adorable.
All right. We also want to thank Tina Spirals, who is modeling one of our T-shirts, which you can get at the BattleCOM online store. Tina Spirals is a cosplayer as well as an artist. Please follow her at Tina Spirals on Twitter, and you can also, I think it's Art by Spirals on Instagram. And there's the same link tree that you can donate. You can actually go there to find the store and get some BattleCOM merch. And there is that mashup. Was there any others that we came in for that?
I think that might be the only one that came in. I am going to check again. I'm sorry, Jason made me so angry with his comments about Brazil that I kind of forgot I still have a job to do. Can I put it in my contract that Jason is never allowed to talk about Brazil ever again? Thank you.
I like how that was settled. That was settled just easily there.
But yeah, looks like Dark Knight Rises Up is the only one we got.
Dark
And also,
Knight
it's pretty
Rises
good.
Up.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Peter.
You noticed that the Batman shirt has 2 heads. The bat on the bat sign has 2 heads.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's just a really long.
Oh, that's the
Batman
ears.
sign.
Oh, okay, that's the ears.
Yeah, it's just a little.
Yeah, because he's long in the ear, if you know what I mean.
We know exactly what you mean.
All right, we want to also
Now
thank
that,
Evan C. Abrams, who you also get to see with Jason on Codenames Live, for doing up this motion graphic for us, the BattleCOM logo, and all of our fantastic artists tonight. Let's just quickly run through, Erica, all their
Yes.
social medias. There's
So-
Scott Carter,
Scott Carter is Everyday69 on Instagram. We've
Jason
got
Hatrick,
Jason Hatrick, who will eventually be returning to Twitch at Jason and Katie JK, playing with his wife Katie, who he just talked about. If you missed that story, then you got to watch more BattleCOM. Next, we've
and
got
we saw Sean Griffin has just wanted to mention it's a good mashup, but I'm not great at titles. Contributing to the conversation.
thanks.
That's the hashtag. Don Zanklin.
Next, you can follow Don at Don Zanklin Comedy on Instagram. Why am I saying these? I could just have you guys introduce yourselves. Anyways, follow Don on Instagram. Here's her handle.
And since there's one left, you should keep up with the program. It's Jim Madrinos.
All right, Jim is Mandrinos. There should be an at the beginning of that. I'm really sorry for the inconsistency. Mandrinos in Exile. There are underscores there on Instagram, so go follow him as well.
Boom. And please follow on Instagram. It is Erica_MTL on Instagram. I'm Paul Ash. You find all of me with that Linktree link. So all the different ways to follow me is there. And this has been BattleCOM. We've got, we do have a comment, Sean Griffin, Everyday 69, giggity. Giggity. And that has been BattleCOM. We're just going to go drift over to YouTube alone for the little after show. So come join us on YouTube. And while you're doing that, make sure that you're hitting like and subscribe, share the video, and tell your friends about us. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends. If you didn't enjoy the show, just shut the fuck up. There we go. We are scaling down, so we will only be on YouTube. So look for look for BattleCOM on YouTube. You can use the link tree to find it as well. And we're closing Twitter.
Bye, Twitter.
Bye, Twitter.
Bye, Twitter.
I thought we were closing Twitter. Why is it not closing?
Oh, I don't know.
That's just in. BattleCOM shuts down Twitter.
Let me see. Can I do it?
Oh, I can do it. I did
Okay.
it. All right.
All right. So bye, Twitter. They are gone after multiple clicks.
And we are off of Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
We didn't even say. So we're on YouTube alone at this point in time.
All right.
Welcome, everybody, to the after show. Peter Papadopoulos is saying, I would like to apologize on behalf of my people for pineapple on pizza.
Agreed.
No apology
No
necessary.
apologies,
It's the greatest
no.
thing that's ever existed.
It only works if you've got ham, and maybe ham with olives, just because of the extra saltiness that has to fight off against the pineapple.
No, pineapple
No.
works alone. It's
Yeah.
it's a wonder ingredient.
Pineapple on bread alone, that's a dessert.
Tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Savory.
Yeah, balances it out. You got to have that sweet, you got to have that fat, you got to have that salty, you got to
Well, I've
have
got the
that.
fat.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks
I would just like to
pineapple on
thank
pizza is
you. Like, that is, I think, the only context, the only thing that I would not want to add olives to. I didn't think that there was a dish in the world that I wouldn't want to put olives on, but Paul, you found it. You've done the impossible.
And that's something that both the Italians and the Greeks can agree on.
Paul is wrong. All right. That's what I do. I bring people together in their hatred of me.
Don't worry, Paul. Nobody hates you. Not even me.
Wow, and I've given you so many reasons. How did everyone feel about the show? I think the show did well. We're still working on getting it tighter, but it was a fun show.
We're doing
Yeah, that
good.
was
Sorry,
fun.
that was me getting mad about soccer and pizza, as I am wont to do. I'm going to call my dad tomorrow morning, and he's going to be very proud of me.
I'm so happy that I got to use Roberto DiBaggio's name for once in my life. Post 1994.
I
That's
mean,
the
you know
third-
what? It'll be great. Like, Scott, next time you go to Woodbridge, Ontario, just drop a Roberto Baggio reference, and you will for sure get a discount at the No Frills or something.
Yeah.
Sean Griffin is saying olives and pineapple. Nope.
Yeah.
We've got Leslie saying
That's also
wash
supposed
hands.
to be an emoji, but I don't know what it looks like.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
It just looks like this.
It probably looks like, either that
So,
or she's
bubble.
just doing
wow.
this.
We get the ASMR on this one?
That's maniacal.
Yes.
References Scott's been dropping tonight. I really just can't wait for Jeopardy to have a week for the unemployed and watch Scott in the house. What do they have on that show is so smart and successful, but the 1 week they let Scott on, my God.
Are you kidding me? I go
You know,
on
level
there
of
as a
competition.
I go on Jeopardy as a homemaker myself.
I mean, successful. Like the current reigning champion that they have, who's made $3 billion in 20 games, is a grad student, and that's basically just being unemployed. But you have to write about it.
We talking Brad Majors here?
No, what's his name? Matt Amodio, the guy who just calls everything a what?
So who is the
being
host
a-
now?
It's
There
a
is,
split between Maya and Bialik. Mike Richards actually got fired, but Maya
yeah.
Bialik.
So
Yeah.
right now the host is
yeah.
just question mark. No one's
Oh.
really sure what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Is she kinda
she's
filling
kind of
in?
terrible. Yeah, she's a horrible
Oh.
person as well as Mike Richards.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's going to be LeVar Burton one day.
Jody LaForge.
Which would be
But I
nice.
thought he wasn't very
Could
good.
be.
I thought some
Oh.
people were his wife didn't even like it.
What?
Yeah,
Some
but
people
he
didn't like
had-
him.
What?
Some of those people are just boomers.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
Are there people that actually think Jeopardy is still relevant?
You don't watch Jeopardy
You're
every day? What are you
right
doing?
here.
I watch it
Are
every
you
day.
kidding? Yeah. I was raised
my-
on it. It's my
Yeah.
father, actually.
My husband went for an audition when we were dating, and
And
it was just like it's invested.
And he didn't make it.
He didn't make it, but he wrote the test. We had to go all the way to Toronto and wrote an exam.
Has he done it since then?
And you married him
Did he do the
anyway?
test anytime?
Yeah.
The founder of the English Just for
I like
Laughs
nerds.
brother, Stuart Nullman, actually is like, this guy's a multi-level genius. He wrote the test, got on there, and then he got stage fright and never
Aw.
buzzed in once.
Yeah, that happens. I have seen people fail like that, and it just makes me so sad.
Just to get to these comments, because I think we've just hit the 2-hour mark. Leslie Stoch saying, Scott, are you trying to say I look like I'm scheming? That's racist. Emily Slater saying, Sean Griffin, I'm pretty sure I've ordered that combination and you've enjoyed it, maybe with peppers too. So that's the pineapple on pizza that he's denying knowing about. Leslie saying it's between vaccine hesitant and sexist. So, all right, I'm not sure.
You're
What
not
that's
sure what
between.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's the Jeopardy hosts. Those are basically your choices.
Oh, right.
that's what
Yeah.
Okay.
And hey, Erica, you're not wrong, but it still hurts. Always a grad student, never a bride.
Listen, I have so much sympathy for this Jeopardy champion. Okay, I may not like him, but he is a grad student and he is making a lot of money and he is doing something fun, because if there's one thing I know about grad students, it's that they are poor and depressed. So even if I don't like this guy on TV, he deserves this opportunity and I'm happy for it.
Cool.
Peter Papadopoulos wants to point out he wants to see Christopher Walken host Jeopardy.
I feel like
would
I could
love
have just
that.
written that comment for you, Peter.
Went through 4 questions. He takes so
Yeah.
long to ask the question.
Be entertaining and terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called Double Jeopardy. It's our 4th question. That's quadruple Jeopardy. I don't understand how we're counting this. I don't do a good walk-in, but that's the best I can do.
It was better than when I just said fun fact as Walken. All right, so all of you had fun,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Absolutely.
Jim, you'd want to come back and do it sometime?
Absolutely.
Say yes.
Yes, I am in a science lab. I'm trying to build a machine to control minds.
Ooh.
Can I share what you actually are in?
Yes.
Jim runs besides being a writer who's written for late night for Colin Quinn, for books as well, having appeared on television, he runs a film studio, and that's film equipment
Nice.
pieces behind him.
Very cool.
A production
That's
studio.
awesome.
Production studio. Sorry.
Yeah. As long as I don't point the camera at people, I'm fine.
And Leslie saying, has anyone checked in on Walken during COVID? I hope he's okay.
We should.
He
I don't know
doesn't
if we
breathe
have.
in much.
And Sean is saying he is in a science lab right now as well. So I want to thank everybody who tuned in. I want to thank everybody, especially who hit like. Please make sure you've hit subscribe. I want to thank all these wonderful performers that surrounding me on the screen right now. You are all fantastic. A huge thanks goes to Erica Tadeo for helping me run this, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and she does a fantastic job of making it easier. So
Wow.
all of you, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, the audience, for giving us a reason to do this. I love you all. Spread the word. We'll be back in a month. This has been BattleCOM.